Hello, I'm Jeff McNeil, and this is my review of The Messenger. Humanity has been driven to the brink of extinction by centuries of battles with the demons. A legend foretells that every 500 years, the demons will return in an attempt to destroy humanity forever. But a hero will come across the Western Sea in order to protect humans and drive the demons back. Well, as a nameless ninja in your village, you are witness to the return of the demons and the legendary Western hero. After driving the demons away for the moment, the hero grants you a magical scroll and tells you that you are now the messenger, and it is your duty to travel across the world, climb an icy mountain, and go to the temple at the top. And only by doing that can you potentially stop the demons for good. The story itself is relatively basic for the most part. It is helped along very much by its smart writing. I skipped a lot of smart dialogue back there, but that was one of the main people you're going to end up talking to, the shopkeeper. He's always good for a chuckle, but the different NPCs you'll meet on your journey are all pretty interesting to talk to, and the game does have a certain self-awareness to it. It's aware that basically everyone's played games like this. Everyone knows, what ninjas are, what they can do. So there is some clever writing in the game. It does kind of die a little bit when it comes to the second half of the game. A lot of the smart writing, which I think is one of the best parts of the game, it just kind of goes away. But overall, the story is pretty good. In terms of presentation, well, as you can see, this is one of the 8-bit kind of reimagined games. It's got it is a little drab in places for an 8-bit color palette, but it's fairly well done in terms of visual design. Everything is very, I guess, obvious to their intention. You know what items are good, what items are bad, things in the environment that are going to hurt you. Everything is pretty obvious about what it's going to do, how it's going to respond to you, and how you should respond to it. So it doesn't do anything surprising, but it's functional. Now, music is, well, it is 8-bit music, and being a ninja based kind of heavily on Ninja Gaiden, the music is quite fast and energetic. One issue I do have, though, is that it is perhaps a little too generic. There's no songs that really stand out, especially when we've got songs like Strike the Earth that are also, supposed to be like a retro revival. The original Ninja Gaiden had, I think, stage 5-2, which later became Ryu's theme. This game doesn't really have any songs that stand out as particularly amazing or fantastic. And unfortunately, you will be spending a lot more time listening to the individual songs than you may expect. Stages can drag on quite a bit, and it gets old. It gets old quite quickly in your adventure. So I wish there was more distinct music rather than various levels of 8-bit screech. Sound effects, it's kind of 8-bit Ninja Gaiden sound. Your sound sort of sounds good. Enemies, explode. Items you collect have a very classic and traditional sound effect to them. Nothing bad, nothing offensive. I certainly find that the sound effects tend to hold together a little better than the music does, but it's all functional. Now, gameplay is very traditional 8-bit side-scrolling action. Your ninja can go left and right, duck, and you have a slash attack. Now, right out the bat, you have access to the air step. When in the air, if you attack an object, you gain a double jump. And this can actually be done an infinite number of times. This is actually key to the game's platforming, and it very quickly becomes more and more complex, requiring players to go up across various enemies and, candles, and projectiles eventually. It's quite complex platforming, but it is rather simple. Now, there are upgrades in the game. The little yellow, tier-like things I'm collecting, they are time shards. And you can take them to the shopkeeper found around the levels to buy various upgrades. And these upgrades are really, really helpful. Alright, let's just say they are very, very insanely helpful. So, good thing to have. Now, there is no live system in the game. Every time you die, you have a little greed demon. And the greed demon will revive you and follow you around for a while, taking any time shards that you would get. So, you don't lose anything that you have. He just takes your money that you collect in the future. And after a little while, he just goes away and all is well with the world. So, the game is difficult. I mean, you can already see it's getting a little frustrating with the platforming, but there are lots of ways to get around it. And like, just going in here, I'll just show you the upgrades real quick. Like, you've got different levels of upgrades. I'm gonna get Strike the Ninja, Energy Shuriken, and Karuta Plate. So that'll give me some more extra defense, so... And now I've got a basic projectile, and I can destroy enemy projectiles with my sword, which allows me to air step off of them, so... You'll want to collect as many time shards as you can in order to upgrade. And, each stage ends with a boss. Beat the boss, move to the next stage, and you'll eventually beat the game. Now, there are, beyond the shop upgrades, there are a series of permanent movement upgrades you get as the game progresses, and that's all well and good, so... It's nothing amazing in terms of, design choice, but still very, very fun, very, very well done. Overall, The Messenger is a decent enough 8-bit game, or 8-bit revival game. It does everything you could ask for in this type of game. It never goes really beyond that, but it is passable. Just be aware that the music can get annoying and you are going to die quite a bit, but there's really no major penalty for that, so. This has been Jeff McNeil. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.